For the cheapest coins with fast delivery and quick customer support, check out my sponsor, Red Zone Coins, and use code SWIFT at checkout for 20% off.
So Swift family, and today I am coming back at you guys with another Madden 20 video on the channel. And in today's video, we are going over the best methods to get training points in Madden 20. I really like coming out with this video for you guys every single Sunday. It just really gives you a good update on the market and allows you to maybe get some cheap training after you buy any of the new players that come out on Saturday, because they usually do release a bunch of content on Saturday in the game. So I like dropping this video on Sunday, so maybe after you buy one of those players, you can power them up using this method or put some abilities on them. So yeah, every Sunday expect a training video from me. And before we do get into this one as well, I just want to give a huge shout out to anyone who has been subscribing to the channel recently. We hit 32k a couple days ago, and we just hit 33k. This weekend's been absolutely crazy. You guys have shown so much love on the videos, and I'm so grateful for that. And yeah, today we're showing you guys how to get training in Madden 20. Plus, at the end, I actually have a little free training method. I'm not sure how long it's going to work, depending on how saturated it gets. But if you are watching this video in probably the first couple hours, go check out the free training method in the store, see if the numbers still work like they do for me as I show you guys in the video. And of course, if you aren't watching this in the first couple hours, you're probably not subbed to the channel, or you don't have noties on. So be sure to turn those noties on and subscribe if you are new, because sometimes I do drop these little tidbits at the end of a video, and this is going to work really well probably just for the first few people that end up doing it, and it might end up getting a little bit saturated down the line. So let's start off with just talking about how you can actually get cheap training in the game, because that's the whole point of this video, and that's basically what I'm hoping to show you guys with it. So with the new release of Ultimate Legends, there are plenty of people selling these Ultimate Legends at a really low price, and that's going to allow us to find snipes and ultimately get cheap training. So what I like to do to find my training is I'll essentially go through each of these sets and filter it down by each of the players that has an 87 or an 88 or an 89 overall card. Now my guidelines for how much I'm buying this training at is 87s I want to buy at 14,000 coins, 88s I want to buy at 19k, and 89s I want to buy at 25,000 coins or under. That's going to allow me to get a coin to training point ratio of 7, which if you guys have watched my videos in the past on training, usually we're looking for like a coin to training point ratio of 10, but right now training is super cheap, so this is absolutely the best time to get any training if you want some. So let me show you guys exactly what I do to get training. I'll basically just go through the sets and filter it down by each of these cards. So 87s we want to try and find at 14k or less. Of course, some of these players are going to be way more expensive, so Calvin Johnson at 16, just a little bit out of our price range. And basically I'll go through all the sets, and anytime I see a snipe, I'll buy it, and eventually once I have enough training or I'm satisfied with how much I have, then I basically just back out and get all of that training. So 23k for an 88 is over our range. I'll basically just move on to the next player right here, which is going to be Warren Sapp, and we're just going to filter it down by each of these overalls. So 87s we want to try and find at 14,000. We'll see how much he's going for. He's at 15, so we could maybe be really stingy and try and refresh a couple more times, but I'm just going to go through each of these sets to show you guys exactly what I do. 88 overalls we want to try and find at a price of 19,000. Let's see if Sapp's got any up for cheap. So yeah, 18.8 is perfect right there. We're actually just a second too late, but yeah, we basically just go through all these filters and use the guidelines to try and find our cheap snipes, and then when we find one, we're just going to hopefully get it really quickly like we do right there, and we end up getting a better snipe than we would have before. So we get Warren Sapp for 16k, which is just perfect, and we're going to quick sell him and take our training. And what I'll basically do is I'll just go through all of these sets using this exact same method until I'm satisfied with the amount of training that I have. So 89s, like I said before, we want to try and find at 25k or under, so he's just a little pricey. But the thing you guys can see about this is usually the cards are about 3,000 or 2,000 coins over the price line that we have set. The reason for that is we're kind of trying to just only buy cards when we see a snipe, and that time we ended up seeing a snipe for 16k. Now essentially, like I said, all I'm going to do is just go through these sets. 88s, our guideline is 19,000 coins or lower. Shannon Sharp is a little bit expensive, and let's see how much the 87 is. I tend to found better success or better luck with the players that actually have an 88, an 89, and an 87, but at 14k this is a good deal, so I'll actually just buy this right here. 14k, that's going to give us a good coin to trading point value for an 87, and that's going to give us a 7 coin to trading point value. There's actually a bunch of other 87s up here for 14k, but I'll just filter on to the next one and hopefully end up finding some really good snipes. Now actually what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start just filtering it down by 88s, because once I buy an 88, I can show you the free training method, which I'm really excited to show you guys. So I'm just going to filter down by the 88s in these. Of course, you can filter down by all of them if you want to try and find better snipes, but for our 88s, we want to try and find them at 19,000 coins. Howie Long's just a little bit pricey. He's a little bit over the price range. I just want to find the best possible deal to allow me to basically get some free training using this method I'm about to show you guys. So let's see Walter Jones. Usually he's pretty good for me. Let's see how much his 88 is. His 88 is 19k. I mean, I could buy it and get a 7 coin training point value. That's actually what I'm going to do. I don't know why I was stingy right there. We'll buy this at 19k. It is still a good deal. Hopefully it's still up. Yeah, this one's still up. We're going to buy him at 19k. So this is exactly what we have to remember for the free training method. Now, if you guys are watching this late, maybe a couple hours after I posted it, I doubt the free training method will still work. You guys can still check it out and maybe try it in another time. So definitely continue watching because maybe you can try it out later. But for you guys that are watching early, this free training method will 100% work for you guys. So what you need to do is you buy an 88 at my guideline, and my guideline, like I said before, was 19,000 coins. So we bought him at 19k. We're gonna quick sell him for 25,000 training. Of course, this is a great coin to training point value. And now what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna convert some of that training that we just bought, so the 25,000 training, we're going to convert that, or sorry, the 2,500 training, not the 25,000 training, the 2,500 training, we're going to convert about 2,000 of that back to coins. And when we convert that back to coins, that's going to give us 20,000 coins back, and it's going to allow us to make back the amount of coins we just spent on the training, plus keep 500 additional training absolutely free. So right there, that's basically just a free X factor for you guys, or like a free upgrade for some of your players if you're leveling them up. So 500 free trading is pretty solid, and of course you can do this volume or this method at more volume. So essentially what we're doing is once we have our player, so once we bought a player and quick sold him, of course you have to buy an 88 at 19k or under to do this. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna buy 3 of these Color Rush fantasy packs. Each of these are gonna cost us 650 training, which is gonna be a total of about 1950 if I'm not mistaken. And that's again gonna leave us with that extra little 500 training margin. Now with these 3 Color Rush uniforms, I'll show you guys some of the best ones that I like to buy in just a second. We're going to hopefully sell them for a total price of 20,000 coins, which is going to mean we're going to have to sell them at a price of around 7,000 coins on average. So let me hop into the auction house right here and show you guys exactly how much we can sell these Color Rush uniforms for, because there's a few specific teams that I've had the most success with, and I'm going to take a look at those and see how much they're going for right now. So just a quick filtering tip, if you filter it to quality elite, it's going to make it a lot easier to filter down to the uniforms, because it's only going to show you Color Rush uniforms rather than showing all the other uniforms, like their base uniforms, which we don't want to see. We just want to go through the teams and try and find and see which ones are going to be going for 7,000 coins or more. Whichever ones we can get for 7,000 coins or more, or sorry, sell for 7,000 coins or more, those are ones we're going to pick from the pack. So just a few teams that I've had success with in the past are the Browns. We'll take a look at how much they're going for right now. They're going for a really expensive amount, so we're probably going to do one of the Browns. And one of the things that I like to do as well, this is just a side note or kind of an extra tip, is I don't like to buy 3 of the same uniform out of the pack. The reason for that is there's really not that many people buying uniforms, so if I have 3 of all the same team up, it's pretty unlikely that all of mine are going to sell. So usually what I like to do is I just like to find 3 different teams that I'm going to do. So the Browns are probably one we'll end up doing. We could probably get 10,000 coins for that right there, so that's going to give us 10,000 coins back. Another team that I sometimes like to take a look at are the Cowboys. We'll see how much they're going for. They're at 4.6, so that's pretty cheap right now. We probably won't end up doing them. The Eagles is another one, going for 7k. Okay, that's pretty solid. We might end up using that one. The Packers as well are usually relatively expensive. They're down in price just a tiny bit. Let's see the Panthers. They're usually also pretty solid. 10,000 coins, so we'll probably do the Panthers. We'll probably do the Browns. And let's see what other ones I have on the list. The Raiders are one that are usually relatively expensive. We'll take a look at those. 4.9k, so a little low right now. The Saints are also a pretty expensive one usually. Let's see how much they are. The Saints right now are sitting also at about 5k, so just a tiny bit too low. And the last one that I like to take a look at is the Seahawks, and they're going to be going for 4.25. So I think our best bets right now are the Browns, the Eagles, and the Panthers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to that pack and I'm going to select those 3 uniforms. And basically when we sell those 3 uniforms back, that's going to allow us to get our initial investment of 19,000 coins, Plus, we're going to end up keeping that 500 extra training that we didn't have to spend on this pack. So it's going to be one of these Color Rush fantasies. We're going to spend 650 training, which we just did end up getting for 19,000 coins. And we're now going to pick those 3 uniforms. If you want it to be risky, you could pick 3 of the same most expensive ones. I personally just like to pick 3 different ones. And these prices are going to change a lot, guys. It is really random what the most expensive uniform is, because it's not like some uniforms have more value than others. It kind of just depends how many people have been pulling them and how many people end up putting them on the auction house, because sometimes people get the game, they're new to it, and they just want to buy their favorite team's uniform, which is kind of just a random event. It doesn't really have anything to do with who the best players are on that team or anything like that. It kind of has to do with, I guess, popular teams as well as nice uniforms. But for example, the Browns, I mean, they're relatively popular. The uniform isn't that nice. So a lot of it has to do with random factors. So next up, we're going to grab the Panthers uniform. I believe that was another one we had written down. Yeah, the Panthers one right here. I think we could sell that one at about 8,000 coins, if I'm not mistaken, based on what the other uniforms were that were up. So that's going to recover about 18,000 coins of value back, which is already, we'll probably end up making a little bit of coins off of this without even meaning to, and we're going to end up with some free training. So that's pretty solid. And then the last one we're going to grab is the Eagles. And then after all of that, we're going to end up having made back our initial investment of 19k, which we needed to buy the 88 overall player. Plus, we're going to end up maybe even making a little bit of coins, so we might end up making a couple thousand. And of course, the best part is we're going to end up with 500 free training as well. So let's grab the Eagles, let's throw it up on the auction house, and then the last thing that I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly run through all the amount of values that you want to buy your players at, because that of course is the most important part of this video. It's what you guys came here to see, and I like to undercut these uniforms a decent amount just so that when someone comes on, they're like guaranteed to buy yours, because again, we want these to sell probably as quick as possible. That way we can make our initial investment back. So let's just quickly run through all the values that you want to buy your players at. Again, you're going to filter it through the Ultimate Legends. You're going to go through the sets. It's really hard to filter the players down on the auction house just because there's so many of them. I find it way easier to go through the sets. And basically what we're doing is we're getting 87s at 14,000 coins and under, 88s at 19k and under, and you want to buy 188 when you're doing this method because that allows you to open up the uniform pack 3 times and then keep some additional training. And then the last one we're going to do is 89s at 25k and under. You can use the free training method, or you can just use the conditional method of, or the conventional method of just buying training and using it to upgrade their team if the free training method isn't working anymore. So yeah, that's gonna do it for the video. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Thank you for all the support on the channel recently. We've gained, like I said, almost 1,000 subscribers over the weekend, which is absolutely awesome. Leave a like if you did enjoy the video. If you have any questions, leave them down below in the comment section. And until next time, fellas, I'm out. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.
It means no worries.